And we are back in the studio again, and we are joined with Dr. Maris Hodge-Wright, and she is associated with the Family Support Network, otherwise known as FSN, and we want to welcome you this morning.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Great. And just for our listening audience, if you can explain exactly what role FSN plays in the community.
Well, FSN started about 31 years ago, and it began as pretty much a grassroots organization that worked with people who were experiencing domestic violence. It has expanded over the years to not just working with people who are experiencing domestic violence, but families on the whole who are going through whether it is issues with their children or needing a protection order. The courts refers people to us for protection orders to help them fill out their protection orders. We do housing. We put up people in temporary housing who are experiencing domestic violence. We assist people who are experiencing financial difficulties with food. We have a food pantry, which is really right now our biggest service provider, the food pantry.
Right, and I oftentimes see on social media pictures of a very empty pantry, and it seems that it gets filled, and then within a day or so, it's empty again. I can't imagine the demand on your services right now.
Well, our services have really quadrupled in the last, I would say, 5 or so months. It started after the lockdown in March. That was really big, but then it went from like 300 people in January to now we're up to like 900 and something people.
Oh my goodness.
That we're helping with food. So it has really, really increased. Where we could buy food and keep it stocked, right now, I mean, one of the examples that I gave last week, we were tripping over boxes, literally, because we had so much food. And yesterday morning, we had, it was like, everybody was saying, well, these are the same shells. We were like, oh, this is going to last until Christmas. No, it didn't. Until Christmas, It's gone. It's gone.
I know that I discovered just recently that one could pay into an account at both Walmart and Rightway. And so what I did was I actually just cut a check and left it at Walmart for your account.
Yes,
and
thank you.
I think that it's important that people understand that it can be really easy. So it enables you to order what is necessary and what is most needed. It's it can be a little bit more, when you have to go and shop and then bring it to FSN, but how much easier it is just to leave that money and let you guys order it, just like the chef's order.
Yes.
Bring the provisions to the base.
And it allows us in some ways to order what we need, because you don't need the same things every week. And sometimes you do. You order the same things, flour, rice, and sugar every week. I mean, milk is every week. And then there are other things that you don't have to get every week, so it helps when we have an account there and we can call and say, well, we need this week, so you send it. So that is very helpful.
Good. Through our Pack for a Purpose partnership and, taking on FSN, I know that over the last, I would say, I guess since Irma, really, when we started this whole program, many of the crews have brought me packages with toothbrushes and toothpaste and, just hygiene products, and we take them to FSN. But tell me, what is it, when guests ask crew, what can we bring? And they go to our Pack for a Purpose website and they check the list. What is it that you would really love? What is it that can be, I really need?
We concentrate a lot on food, but we have people who call us and say, can I just have a hygiene pack? I'm out of soap, I'm out of toothpaste, I need laundry detergent to wash my clothes. I think those are things that we don't necessarily focus on, but that are needed just deodorant. I mean, those things are helpful because we can buy food, and we do buy food, but sometimes we forget things like toilet paper. People come in and ask, do you have toilet paper? I'm out of toilet paper. We had one guy that called us one day and said, could you please pack me a bag with toothpaste? You know, he said, everything for hygiene. I need it because I stink and I'm smelling myself and I don't have the money to go to the store and buy it. He literally, I mean, so those are things that we don't forget. We give them food, but that's a necessity.
Okay.
We do actually have a couple of questions that have come in from the brokers who are viewing over in the US.
Yes.
And one of them is, are you aware if people from abroad can phone the supermarkets to give their credit card information to put on your account? Is this something that's
People
possible?
have done that before, yes.
Okay.
We've had people that call and said, you know, I called right way and I did this. So that's it.
Do they need to call you, or do they need to just go to the supermarket website and look at their phone number and call the supermarket
They can
direct?
go to the supermarket website and call. At Walmart, I know our contact person there is Marcy.
Yes.
I am not. I used to know the guy at Right Way, but if they call the office at Right Way and say that they want to put it on FSN's account, they all know it. The reception knows it.
What I can do is I can find the two contacts and maybe an email address for those specific people,
yes.
and then I can send it out as an email to all the brokers if they would like to make a contribution.
And just another question that's popped up. Just asking if there's actually a list of items that you need specifically for the pantry, and also that apparently Clarence Thomas is now offering an FSN box there,
Yes.
so that people can purchase things in Clarence Thomas and leave there, which is more household items, isn't it?
Yes, we have. Well, they can purchase food items. We have a list that we give out, and the boxes at Clarence Thomas have the list. So when you get the box, you get the list, and you can shop and put whatever you want off that list into the box. But there is a list that we can give out.
Excellent. And just as a reminder to brokers, crews and future guests, that on the Pack for a Purpose website, it does actually have the list of what FSN is looking for specifically that people are able to travel with if they do have a small amount of space in their luggage to bring. And I think it is mostly the hygiene products, which is easy for people to pack in a suitcase.
Yes.
And there's no issues with it
No.
going off or going through customs
Yes.
or anything.
And I think another initiative that the charter industry embraced a number of years ago was at the end of a charter, crew would take out some of their dry goods and they would leave them in a box at,
Yes.
at either the Nanny Key office or in the Marina office. And so we'd love to bring that back when we are up and chartering again. We'll certainly try and ensure that is promoted to the crews, and we can restart that program.
Thank you. That has been very helpful. A lot of times people come in, and we don't mind if the stuff is, you use a little bit and you give us what's left over, just, seal it. People do take it. There are people who will say, I don't mind, please give it to me. I need it. So, there's some people who will ask. I think our newer clients are not familiar with that, but our regular clients or staple clients who have been there, who really have been there and always in need, when they come in and they have something that's half used, they don't care. They just need it.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
Can I just, we are just running out of time a little bit, but I would just like to ask how people get referred to you. Are people able to people who are struggling in the BVIs, are they able to just come to you directly, or do they need to be referred through a government body or...
No, we are not a government entity, and they can just come in. All we ask is that they bring their NHI card, or if they don't have an NHI card, some form of ID. If you live in a family, perhaps you live in, it's a husband and wife and 3 children. Maybe the husband is not working now, so the salary or the income of the family has been reduced. We ask that you bring all the NHI cards, because what we will do is give food for the entire family, not just for that one person. So basically focusing on families, because a lot of people feel like, well, my husband is still working, but I lost my job. Your income has been significantly affected if one person lost their job. And what you could have paid for before and bought before, you can't do it anymore. So we're asking that you bring all the NHI cards, we register the whole family, and we try to give you food for a family.
Great.
All right. Well, I'm afraid I think we are a little bit out of time, but thank you so much for getting through the weather to make it here to Nanny Key,
Yes.
and to talk to both the crews and the brokers, who I'm sure will want to learn more, but they will be able to learn more on the Boat Show website. More information will be put up there on the homepage. And there is a link already to the supply lists there. Thanks, Alistair, the producer. What a guy. But I think now that it is just after 10 o'clock, so we do need to keep moving, and we'll be watching the film from Satyrion.